Peace.
Yes,
to all
sir.
the gods, all the earths, all the lovely people that tune in today on this wonderful Thursday. And once again, this is the discussion with C&E, and I am the bad guy, CJ Dove, and this is my partner.
Obviously,
the
good guy. Everybody knows it.
E. Dale.
Everybody loves me, bro. Even your man Sean.
Shout out to Sean.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to Nikki, our sister.
Yo, what up, Nick?
Shout out to everybody in the comment section. If this is your first time tuning in, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you get your notifications each and every time we drop new content.
Indeed.
If the PayPal is the PayPal pin,
you already know it.
If the PayPal is pinned above, if you feel charity in your heart, you are more than welcome to donate to the show. You can also donate via Cash App at $CJ Dove and $23A Rick.
The only time you get to call me by my real name.
Yo, you know what, man? The more I gave it some thought, man, that whole E and the A thing is real dope, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is the way I looked at it, right?
Okay.
Like, you know, back when you was diddy bopping in the streets, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
If those boys was looking for you, you know what I'm saying? It would be hard for somebody to dime you out because they would be confused on the E and the A. So they'd be like, yo, E, I think his name is Eric. And they might be looking for the Eric with an E and not A Rick.
Right. Listen, and that's true because, look, I had a situation happen in Georgia like that. They were looking for me for like 5 years and couldn't even find me
because of the E and the
A.
A.
Because in the way my last name's spelled. Every time they pull my name up, they just, you know what I mean, won't meet me. No doubt, real talk.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, it was something I thought about. You know what I mean, I figured that since we both live in legal lives now,
yes, sir.
You know, we can discuss openly everything.
You know
what I'm saying?
Yes.
But yeah, man, that whole E and A thing, yo, that's real tough, bro.
Yeah, I thought you was gonna come with it like I was gonna be like my man with the when he died with the mask. We never seen his face. What's his name? The guy we covered a few months ago.
MF Doom.
MF Doom.
Yeah, shout out. Rest in
heaven. I mean, I thought you was gonna give me like one of those type of things. You know what I mean? Vibes going on. I was gonna be like, yeah, you know what I mean? I can dig that. But yo, for real, on the real, the A and the E, they are two different people though. Real talk. You know what I mean? Two different attitudes.
Two different attitudes.
Two different attitudes
on that approaches to life.
Yes, they beef with each other. They win constantly.
Yo, you constantly fighting that struggle though. Like, and you know what I'm saying, just keeping it a being like that never goes away.
No, it doesn't.
Like, especially when you come up on some hard times, man. Like, you know what I'm saying, you faced with some type of adversity. The first thing we want to do is the first inclination is to go back to doing whatever it was you was doing, because it seemed like at the moment, like when you're back against the wall, that's the way to deal with it. But as you get older and more mature, you start to those thoughts don't last long.
Right. I think we kind of get in our minds that is a normal habit, but it's really not. You know what I'm saying? Of us going back to a life or doing certain things when you're back against the wall. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Don't think of that as just a normal habit. It's because this happened, it happened to this person, it happened in your community, it happened to you. I mean, look, don't think of it that way. Look at it differently. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact, bro.
You know, think positive, man. You got to surround yourself with positive energy, people, and vibes, man. That means a lot. That's real important for real.
No doubt. No, that's an absolute fact, man. But besides that, brother, you know what I'm saying? How was how's life, man?
Oh man, life, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm progressing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So what about yourself, man? How was your day? You look you well rested. You know what I mean? You got your champion hat on with your glasses. I mean, you look like you ready to talk some trash or entertain the people today.
You know, I feel like I can entertain even when I'm feeling bad, man. You know what I mean? It's just a gift,
because you for real.
I think it's a gift that I slept on for a long time. You know what I mean?
You slept on that gift?
Yeah.
I didn't get that notice because, look, I've been noticing even a couple years ago at my house that you was, you know, same way. You know, everybody else may see that, but I ain't buying that from you.
Well, you know, it's
You even worse when you upset or when you mad or when you're not feeling well. Just look, those are the days that we just say, let me stay home because he may, get on here and just try to, blast me up today. You know what I mean?
Nah, never that, man. We have healthy discussions.
Yes, we do.
And we leave it right where they stand. When it's over, it's over. And that's what carries over.
That's what I love about it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But today, man, look, do we got a classic?
Yeah, we got a classic.
What we got
today, man? The classic I chose today. I had a few choices, but you know what I'm saying, being that it's kind of spur of the moment. I chose Boogie Down Productions by Any Means Necessary.
Yo, Boogie Down.
How you feel about that one, man? If you're not aware, this was Boogie Down Productions' second album, the first album released after the death of DJ Scott LaRock. Rest in heaven. And shout out to Scott LaRock Jr. too, who's out here doing his thing.
Yeah?
Yeah. Shout out to him. He just got married. So salute to Scott LaRock Jr. on his wedding.
Well, everybody love BDP, man. He is one of the greatest of all times. You can't have hip hop without Boogie Down Productions. It doesn't matter.
I would happen to agree with you on that.
No, listen, no one could disagree with that. There is no hip hop without Boogie Down Productions.
By Any Means Necessary is a special album to me in a lot of different ways because it was actually the first hip hop album that I really learned from front to back.
Oh wow!
Beastie Boys, License to Ill, along with Run DMC.
They was dope too.
Run DMC, Raising Hell. Those were kind of like, my Get You Open albums. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They got me open. Along with the movie B Street. But Boogie Down Productions, By Any Means Necessary, was the first hip-hop album that I actually learned the words to, forward and back.
But that's not surprising, though, because he's a trendsetter. He's a legend.
That's when I started really coming into, my hip-hop self. And KRS-One was leading that charge for me. My philosophy at the time, I thought was the dopest hip hop song I had ever heard in life. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's one that dude, man.
I'm Still Number One. What else is on here? Jimmy. Slipping. Whole lot of joints on here. But today's classic, Boogie Down Productions, By Any Means Necessary.
Yes, sir.
1988, Job Records. So salute to the Blast Master KRS-One. Their first album was Criminal Minded. And I brought this up on this show before. I remember being astounded. I had having conversations with my cousins like, look at them, they on the cover with guns. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was just amazing to us at that particular time. And, songs, The Bridge Is Over, South Bronx.
Man, that joke, man.
My 9mm Goes Bang. Poetry. It was, you can make a strong argument that Criminal Minded was the first gangster rap album.
Yeah.
You can make a strong argument.
What was that, 88? 87?
What, Criminal Minded?
Criminal Minded was what, 87?
Criminal Minded was 86.
86? Damn, man, that is crazy.
So, Criminal Minded along with Ice-T's Power.
Man.
Schoolie D had PSK. What does it mean? If you want to consider the message a gangster rap song,
right,
then maybe you could say it started there. You know what I mean? Because it was very street oriented and the things that Melly Mel was talking about in that record. But outside of those, right? Mm-hmm. Criminal Minded is right there at the forefront.
Criminal Minded, Criminal Minded is that's an album. It's gonna be a classic forever.
That's a fact.
It's gonna be a classic forever. You can't take it off. You can't judge it. You can't place it next to nobody. You can't put it next. I mean, it's a different style. He had his own. Listen, you know what I loved about him? This dude was very creative.
Facts.
He got a great mind. Mm-hmm. He got a great mind. I love his message. He always has a message. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, he gonna have a message.
Always. And like I said, after the death of DJ Scott LaRock, he kind of went in that direction. Like, okay, I'm gonna educate my people.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna teach my people. You
right.
know what I mean? Even songs like My Philosophy at as hard as it is, he has some very thought-provoking lyrics in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he did. Yo,
Who gets weaker, the king or the teacher? It's not about a salary, it's all about reality. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, shout out to the Blastmaster, man. I think this is the second classic that we covered from KRS-One. I know we
it won't be the last, I can tell you that.
Nah, he got a few more in there.
He got a lot more.
He got a few more in there. You know what I mean?
Nobody can't battle him in a battle rap.
I would take KRS-One in a battle against anybody.
He's that dude. I don't think nobody would challenge him. I mean, not even for fear, but just out of respect. Like, yo, this dude is a pioneer. And he is very, very conscious of everything. Listen, this dude is a leader. KRS-One is nothing less than a leader. He's nothing short of a leader. He's everything what hip-hop is and what it should be.
Those are actual facts, my brother.
Yes, sir.
And that's a great segue into the topic of the day.
Okay, what we got?
Bullies getting checked.
Woo! Kwame Brown fight back, ain't he? He fighting, ain't he?
Shout out to Kwame Brown.
I love the way you starting this off.
Kwame Brown. Let's unpack this, shall we?
Okay.
And we just gonna start talking. We're gonna start it off talking about Kwame Brown.
Okay.
First round draft pick.
Straight out of high school.
Straight from high school.
He came from Brunswick, didn't he?
He's
Brunswick,
from Charleston, South Carolina.
Charleston, South Carolina?
I believe.
Okay, I thought it was Brunswick, Georgia. I don't know why I thought it was Brunswick.
He was the first overall pick to the Washington Wizards. He was selected during the time of Michael Jordan's tenure in Washington. It was the 2001 NBA draft, and he also played with the Lakers, the Grizzlies, the Pistons, the Bobcats, Golden State Warriors,
several teams,
and the Philadelphia 76ers.
Several teams.
His first overall draft pick has led many analysts to label him as one of the biggest busts in NBA history.
So is that what this whole thing is about? Why he's arguing? I mean, because in the video I heard him say somebody ruined a man's life or something. Like, whose life did they ruin? Like his life? Is that what he's saying?
Oh, you were just hot right into it.
No, I don't know because I only seen. I haven't had time.
I was just trying to give the people a little. Little backstory on Kwame Brown.
I thought you was getting straight into it.
You know, at the time, 2000, he was considered the best high school player in America.
Yeah, I remember that.
He finished his high school career at Glenn Academy in Brunswick, Georgia. So you were correct there, but he is from
Charleston, South Carolina. Okay. He from the Chuck.
So he had he retired in 2013.
He had a pretty long career then.
Yeah, he lasted pretty long. You know what I mean?
13 years ain't bad. It's not bad. What you say came in 2000?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not bad.
So even though he's considered, I think the fact that he was the first overall pick is what leads many people to consider him a bust. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure he had moments, which probably showed flashes of greatness at certain times,
right.
But he didn't quite live up to it, which leads us to where we are today. Through the years, I can't name not one NBA or basketball analyst who did not trash Kwame Brown.
I think a lot of people trashed him. I think maybe I probably said a word or two back then about him.
Fans, analysts,
everyone,
other NBA players, and for 20 years, Kwame Brown said nothing.
He really didn't.
He took it in stride. He was a young man. Coming straight out of high school, you're 18 years old and you around grown men, and I'm pretty sure it was probably even more wicked
Right.
You know, there.
And I'm sure it wasn't easy gelling with Mike. You know, Mike was probably, you know how Mike is.
And that was one of the things that was brought up that, you know, Jordan hurt his confidence so bad that he wasn't able to
recover from that.
Yeah,
but see, that's what I'm talking about. That's not cool. That's not cool when people acting like this is cool and they praising Mike and all this. Look, Mike, I love Mike. Mike is the greatest basketball player to ever live, and I'm going to still argue against him. That's why I argue for LeBron, a person like LeBron, over Mike.
Because he's a better man.
All of that. And LeBron is great at what he does, too. But, I mean, look, he's not, mentality-wise, not nowhere on Mike level, mentality-wise. But I'm just saying, but Mike did that to Kwame Brown. I know that could have been easy with Kwame. So, you know what? And when I was saying whatever I said, even this has been years ago, I mean, I didn't even consider that. Because now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, everybody know what kind of teammate Mike was. You know what I'm saying? So everybody talks about it.
So, being that we talking about Kwame Brown, and you know, the topic is bullies. And how do you know, in a sense, you could say that Kwame Brown was bullied for almost 20 years.
He was.
He didn't say, like I said, he didn't say much back. I don't think he ever responded. I think he just took it.
Yeah.
I think he just took it. And now, after this latest stint on Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson's podcast,
right?
All the Smoke, and Gilbert Arenas was on there, they decided to track back and make comments about Kwame being a bust again. In 2021, they're still talking about Kwame Brown.
That's crazy.
But this time, Kwame Brown responded.
Hey, listen, I like him responding back, clapping back like that.
And you know what it reminded me of?
What's that?
Goodfellas.
Oh, which part on Goodfellas?
It reminds me of Spider bringing the drinks
before he got killed. Oh man, this made you think. This put you in that mind.
You wanted his drink. I just asked you for a fucking drink.
Right.
I thought you said that you were alright.
That's Kwame Brown. Spider.
What you got me on fucking pain on my list, kid?
No, Kwame Brown ain't Spider today.
Someone say some Spider.
That's a classic right there.
I was alright, Spider.
He said he was alright, Spider. See, this is Kwame Brown through the years.
I don't know about that now. I ain't gonna take him to the Spider level. I can't take him to the Spider level. You know what I mean? Spider stood up. The Spider, you know what I mean? He got knocked back down.
See, this is them. Joe Pesci is the world picking on Kwame Brown for years.
That's Stephen A. Is that Stephen A?
That's Stephen A. That's Gilbert Arenas. That's Charles Barkley.
Matt Barnes.
All of them. That's all of them. And Kwame Brown finally decides to stick up for this.
Yeah. We don't want this to be Kwame Brown's ending.
Okay, that's enough of that.
Yeah, that's enough.
We don't want Kwame Brown to get shot.
We don't want him to get shot. But I'm happy he stood up for himself.
He made a lot of valid points in the things that he was saying.
Right.
We do a lot of, we have opinions and talk about things all the time. It does get to a point where it's kind of like it goes from, having an opinion to downright trying to stop somebody from achieving something.
Right. I agree with you on that.
So it should. There's definitely a cutoff point.
Right.
That it should be. We joke and we talk amongst each other. We have these opinions. We like to give our opinions. I certainly do. I'm a very opinionated person.
Yeah. But some of their opinions are very influential. Right.
Exactly. So when you start talking about the media, and like I said, they really for 20 years or longer.
They drilled it.
They really
since 2000, since he came in the league.
Yeah.
They've been drilling him. And
it's like once he responded, you started seeing all these other people come out of the woodworks. The Breakfast Club.
Charlemagne and them.
Jamel Hill, Rachel Nichols. All these different people.
They coming at Kwame?
Yeah. With
making that video?
About what it was that he said, and that he sounded threatening, and
oh man, anybody got a time for that?
All these different things, and in my opinion, now I will say this: I hope nothing is wrong with the brother.
I don't look. If you've been bullied for 20 years and then you just get tired of it every day, all the time, y'all probably did kill this man's career. Killed his opportunities outside of basketball, all these things. You know what I mean? It's a good thing he got his money coming in, thank the Lord. But I mean, look, they did. And then look, you can have an opinion. But the way you know how Stephen A and them get, you know what I mean? Now all of a sudden he's the bad guy. You done pushed him against the wall. All y'all, Rachel Nichols, everybody. Y'all done pushed this man against the wall, talk trash about him. Don't nobody want to keep hearing that all the time. Okay, listen, his career didn't pan out the way that he probably thought it was and the way that everyone else probably thought it would be. You know what I'm saying? Considering the circumstances coming in 2000 and going straight to the league to play with Mike at that stage of Mike's career, when you're the number 1 draft pick, you know what I'm saying, going to the best player in the world team over at the Washington Wizards, that's not easy. I'm sure Mike said a whole bunch of crazy stuff to the man. He just was, you know what I mean? So look, man, I think that him coming out saying what he said, he stood up for himself. And look, don't be upset about it because he stood up for himself. Y'all been giving it to him for this long. Like you said, 22 years, 20 years. He had his moment, and now everybody's saying, oh, he's crazy. I hate that story. You bully somebody, then when they get out of line and get out of character, oh, something wrong with them.
Yeah, and another valid point that he made.
I don't like that.
Was the fact that, not many people can say that they were good enough to play in the NBA.
Right, exactly.
So that in itself is an accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
And it should be praised. The fan part of you sometimes, if he plays for your team, you might be like, damn, Kwame, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You in your feelings because you want your team to win.
Yeah, right.
And it doesn't seem like this dude possesses the talent to help your team win. But compared to the average, to me, to you, Kwame Brown may look like, if we go play in the park right now, you might be like, yo, that's the illest basketball player I ever saw.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we have to keep those things in mind as we, discuss these things, man. And he should, as a black man, he should be commended on his accomplishments.
So are you okay with him? Even how he styled everything he said. You okay with him coming back?
I love
shooting shot. Me, I do too.
Because I don't like bullies.
I do too, because I think that he just got fed up to the point where he was like, you know what, man, I'm sick of this, man. I mean, what else y'all want from me? You done killed my career. I mean, I'm okay with it. Let me say that. I'm okay with it. Nobody got hurt. He said what he had to say. He addressed who he wanted to address. And he named names, called you whatever he called you. If you don't like it, then, hey, see him in the street or something. I mean, look, if you see him face to face, like a man, you know what I'm saying? So, that's how he came back. He did what he did.
There you go, Kwame.
No, don't do Kwame like that, man. Don't do Kwame like that.
Tell him. Woo! Tell him, Kwame. You heard what he said?
Hey, Spider, here. Yeah, this is for you.
That's for you, Kwame.
He's got a lot of fucking balls. Good for you. Don't take no shit off nobody.
That's right, Kwame. Don't take nothing off of nobody.
Because you've been doing it for a long time. But look, it's okay. It doesn't mean that because somebody stays silent. No, Kwame, like he was soft or nothing like that. Look, Kwame knew his talent, and he was great. He was a great athlete, man, in high school. He was, man. He was the number 1 guy.
There's an interesting comment here from my main man, Sean, who says, nah, son, look at Harold Miner. He didn't live up to the hype, but he didn't let that get to him. He moved on with his life even after the criticism. That's a fair point, but I disagree there because the difference between Harold Miner and Kwame Brown is Kwame Brown was the first overall pick.
First overall pick.
And that in itself carries a lot of weight and a lot of pressure. The expectations are higher. Right. Harold Miner's claim to fame was he could dunk. He did a nice dunk in the dunk contest. And from that point, people started calling him Baby Jordan. I never thought that Harold Miner was a good basketball player.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
I just said, okay, he got hops, but that's about it.
He could dunk good.
That was really, his pressure and Kwame Brown's pressure are different.
Yeah.
You probably really won't hear much about Kwame Brown, but what initiated this in 2021, they are still talking about
Kwame Brown.
Kwame Brown.
Right.
And he came out and defended himself.
Right.
I don't really see anything wrong with what he said. Now, I will say this. As he continues with his rant tour, it has to be a cutoff. I think he should capitalize on this and maybe start his own podcast or whatever.
Like, I think it'll work for him.
Make it work for him. But, even those who are, like I said, I don't like bullies. But I don't like seeing people turn into bullies either.
Right.
I don't think, for the moment it's cool.
Right.
But I wouldn't want him to continue on.
Yeah, because
being this type.
It'll get too out there, too far out there, because they already on the level. Like you say, capitalize off, create your podcast, and then you can discuss, sit down, and you know what I mean.
Cool. That's a fact. And with that being said, that's a good. We're gonna close this show out. Tell the people where they can find us at, brother.
Hey, look, man, we've been telling y'all all along. We on SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, Instagram. We are everywhere you are. We are streaming. New episodes will be streaming after 12 a.m. So check us out, man, on the Discussion Podcast. What you got for them, bro?
You can find us every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 p.m.-ish.
Brother's always late.
Brother's always a little bit late, but we here. We did pretty good today, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, and also, we will be transitioning over to YouTube. So if you haven't done so, we urge you to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you will remain in the loop.
Yes, sir.
We're going to try to, do some simulcasting on all streaming platforms. But until we get that technology the way we want it, we urging y'all to come over. Come with us down to South Beach.
Yeah, man.
We taking our talents to South Beach.
Taking our talents to South Beach, baby. Rock with us. You know what I mean? The discussion with C&E, man. We here, baby.
So with that being said, everybody enjoy your day. And we see you guys on Tuesday.
Peace.